Hello and welcome. A week ago I returned from the Mojave Desert where I finished up the Mojave Road, a roughly 145-mile dirt trail through the Mojave Desert. When I was done and wanted to re-enter pavement and drive home, I was going to go and air up my tires, and I had to find out that my air compressor setup was no longer working. It wasn't the ARB Twin Air Compressor that wasn't working. The actual airline was crushed from the leaf springs in the rear, and so there was a big leak in the airlines and I couldn't get up enough pressure to refill my tires. Well, the result was I had to limp drive myself on really low tire pressure about 20 miles to a gas station near the interstate, pay $15, $3 every 5 minutes for a low volume air compressor, and just bring up the tire pressure back to a level where I could safely drive on the interstate. So that was an experience that wasn't fun. It was also a very windy day, so I couldn't troubleshoot it even though I have tools with me. And yeah, now that I'm home, I spent some time researching, and I'm gonna fix this. So for one, I will fix the airline. I will cut out that piece that is crushed and replace it with a normal piece of airline again. But I'm also putting a backup into place. So if should this happen again, that the airline gets crushed or damaged for whatever reason, that I can still air up my tires. So that's what we're going to work on today. The Baja is standing there, and I will drive it into the driveway here, get my tools out, and then I'll show you what actually happened and how I'm going to fix it. So it is a hot day. It is the middle of March, and we will have temperatures of mid to upper 80s here today in north of San Diego. I'm in Vista, California. So I got the awning out, Shelby's in the shade, and we're gonna make this work. What you see here, this area, there's usually like an aluminum metal piece here to cover the compressor and protect it. So, but now that we have the compressor out in the open, so you can see here, this is the main airline feed. And then, so you can see the airline up there, the blue tubing. And the tubing up here is crushed. And I had it on its back. Okay, there we go again. Here is crushed, here where my finger is. And you can see the kink in here, and that's where the air is coming out, up here somewhere. There where my finger is, there's the damage to the airline. So the airline you can see up here, there is a bolt, and that's where the airline was attached, and I removed the other bolts. It was too close to the leaf springs, and then when the truck shifts and moves and everything, somehow the airline got over the leaf springs here and then got crushed when the truck was flexing and moving and doing its off-road thing. So what I'm going to do is I will cut the line here and put a new piece in to fix this. And then I will move the airline further away from the leaf springs so they cannot go under the leaf springs anymore. Then here where the main airline outlet is from the air compressor, I have two airlines, one going to the front and one going to the rear. And I will add a third one actually that then sits here, I want to say tucked into this space where the air compressor is, and just have it pretty much on standby. It will be with a braided metal hose, and will be secure here so that if for whatever reason the airline and the chuck should not work here, then I just untie a Velcro strap and have an additional outlet. So I will pretty much put a junction in here and use two ball valves for each direction and close them up. So but that way I can simply close this line up here and produce a second one in case it gets damaged. So down here you can see what I have. So I have an 18-inch braided metal hose. It's from Baja for one of their compressors. and it has 2 male threads here, so I have an adapter. So I can attach the adapter here, take the ARB air chuck, connect it here. Here is the junction that I bought, and this top end here will go into the air compressor, and then I will use the ball valves, one here and one here. So then this whole setup here, let's move it in the right direction, will connect like this one, while the other one will just go onto the existing line, and then I can lock them all off as needed, and hopefully have some redundancy. I mean, if the air compressor fails, then so it will fail, then all this will not really help. Have to block the sun. But at least if the airline gets damaged, I have a backup system in place. So not something that you probably would usually do, but well, the airline was too close to the leaf springs, and apparently with all the off-roading I did on the Mojave Road, something moved and shifted and it crushed the airline. So bad luck for me on that day, but I was able, like I said, to limp-drive myself to a gas station and use the air compressor. So now we're gonna fix that. And then here I have a pneumatic air tubing kit. It comes with the connectors to take the airline. So it has everything here that I need to cut the airline straight. Has some Teflon tape, and then simply push to fit connectors to fill in the gap. And then here's tubing. It's rated up to 145 psi. The ARB line I think is 150, so should be okay. It's the same diameter, and from that perspective, that at least will get me back into place that I can hook up the compressor again. And now completely air up my tires. I think I'm still like 5 to 10 psi short, depending on each tire. So now I'm going to remove the main connector here. And I hope I don't need my tools. No, I don't. So that is off. Now I'm going to put the junction in, and I'm just testing things out first, so there will be no Teflon tape. All I want to see is with the direction, so that I know how I can put the ball valves in and not have difficulties moving the lever to close or open the ball valve. So roughly like this. So the ball valve, this one here, goes to the bottom and up to open or close. The other one goes this way, so I can move them both. So that's how I need to have it. This one here I will adjust, move it out of the way. But yeah, should be the first step. So I will assemble this, not connected up there, and then all I have to do is just screw this one in and we're good to go. Small deviation, I have to wait till tomorrow. I don't have all the parts. Here I am. What happens is that the junction piece, this piece here, I will have this second one here. So this piece here that goes into the ARB compressor gets too close to the case, and I cannot tighten it. So the way the ARB compressor is built, so there is this, let me move the camera. So you see the hole where it goes in, and it fits perfectly into the hole, but here is a metal plate around it, and so the actual hole is deeper behind the... So what happens is when I screw this one in, it started touching the metal here because it's not going in far enough. And so I ordered an additional extension. I don't see a way to simply remove this. It's part of the case. I probably would have to remove the compressor, which I don't want. So I'll order an extension. So we'll do that piece tomorrow. So today we'll focus on fixing the airline. And let's see, I think here's actually a better view at the damaged airline. There it is. There's the problem. So when you think you're done, you're not done. I need to make one change, so I just didn't anticipate here with the extension and then the ball valve being very long that the Airline will actually hit the aluminum shield that is here when I'm all done again. So I ordered a T-junction, will replace this one here, rip this one out, put the T-junction in, and then we should be good. But for now, I got both valves closed. So I will turn on the air compressor, and if everything is sealed properly, then the air compressor should pretty much stop immediately once the system is pressurized. I will just get into the truck, turn on the air compressor, and then we'll see what happens. And you can hear that the air compressor stopped. It is working, the fan is working, so the system is properly sealed, so that's all very good. And that would pretty much now allow me to run the air compressor and air up my tires. So the junction is put in. I connected the metallic or the stainless steel hose with the same thing as last time, of course, with the outlet. Installed this ball valve here, and now the only thing left to do is to fix the pipe. All right, I'm under the truck again. Hopefully this will be the last time. I made a couple of changes, some forced on me and others not so much. You can see here there's a T-junction. I replaced the extension actually with a check valve because that's what I had in before. And I only noticed when I took it off. I'm not that experienced with some parts, so it takes me a little longer to get to some of the results. Not necessarily a bad way, it's good learning. But I put a check valve in here, so that covers both lines. I have the valve here, the ball valve, to open close, so the default position will be open. And then it goes into the Airline with a 90-degree angle into the old Airline, and then up here, let's see, there you can see it, there is the old line and the new line connected with each other. So I got a brass push to fit, push to connect fitting, and that should do the trick. So unless there are any other unexpected leaks, this should do the trick. So I will set the camera down, point it to the air compressor, and then we will turn on the air compressor and see what happens. So this was the forced change on me. The thread broke on me. And well, that's not good. So we're not going to use this one. We should be okay with just one. Yep, that worked. So I hope the camera caught it. This worked out perfectly. And immediately when I turned on the air compressor, you could see that the system was pressurized and got closed. So now we close this valve, leave it like this, whatever the situation may be. But everything is sealed, nothing popped off. I heard no air leaks. So I'm very happy with the outcome. I will now attach this one, and for now I will just go with a Velcro strap in here, and then I will put the aluminum shield back on to protect the air compressor. I'll probably go and clear the filters first of the air compressor, do some maintenance, but then we should be good here. So there you see the aluminum protection in here, all fully installed. There is the compressor. Everything is good and back to as if it was new. With that being said, this project is complete. It took a little longer than expected. Just simply, I don't have that many tools and parts, and then some bad luck with stuff breaking on me, but in general, it's done. I'm very happy with the outcome, that I have the backup now just in case the main Airline gets damaged for whatever reason. And with that being said, I would say that is it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. And then I would say I'll see you next time in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.